does not have to be a new year, a new you. It just has to be a healthier you in the new year, you guys. Make sure you check down below in the description box where you can find the links to TLC products, including the ISOT, the NutriBurst, the Life Drops, the Resolution Drops. There are just so many things there to help you in burning fat and staying healthy. There's even the new Immune Tea, which I'm going to order. So I can't wait to try that. And I hope they get the sea moss back. But I do love the sea moss from Mint and Ocean. I'm sorry, it's supposed to be a commercial. Yes, okay? Get those TLC products from me. And do not forget that my biggest life change has been through Kiara LASHAE, Team LASHAE, ifyoucanmove.com. You guys get cute little outfits from Peja and Amari. You also check out Just Move supplements because she is helping us with the energy. Okay, this is the energy supplement. Love it. Okay, just got my protein. Gonna get me some after I work out. So yeah, y'all, down below in the description box, support. So you guys are always asking me where I get my glasses from. So I thought I would finally give y'all a real little ad, okay? Firmoo, I can't see, bitch. Okay, I'm just playing. I'm just joking. Okay, so these are my new Firmoo glasses here. Super cute, right? They are prescription because I'm like totally blind. They're actually like the blue version to my pink ones that I have that you guys see all the time. And I got these matte ones that I think are really dope. And I felt like they would go good with the fact that I no longer have hair. You know what I'm saying? But either way, you guys can use my link and give me credit. And get you some glasses from Firmoo. Come on in. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue and I am back for another Belle Collective review, y'all. Okay. Let's go ahead and start it off. Kaylon brings Antoinette, Melanie, and Latrice to a farm because she wants to pick out a goat. And listen, I was so nervous because I was like, please do not go out into the wilderness with this lady. You may not come back. But it was okay. They went to a farm. There was a black lady on the farm. That made us feel better. Because sometimes it doesn't mean anything, but it still made us feel better. Okay. And they basically have like a nice little picnic outside and, play with the goats. And Kaylon decides, if she's going to buy a goat because she doesn't want to cut her grass anymore. I'm like, so you can't pay somebody like you want a goat? Something's wrong. Something's amiss. It might be Latrice's hat on top of all of that hair, but for right now, I'ma just let it be Kaylon in her need for a goat because she doesn't want to cut her grass. Seems stupid. I don't know. It may not be, but I just kind of feel like, so you want to take care of an animal so that they'll eat your grass, like instead of just paying somebody to cut the grass every 2 weeks? Okay. Latrice tells them what happened with Cliff, y'all. And it was just a cute little conversation. It wasn't really much that happened there. I'm just going to say them being around them goats reminded me of that episode from like 2 weeks ago from 911 where the lady was doing goat yoga and a fly or insect got in her eye and then eventually she went blind and then Henrietta had to like pull these little parasite worms out of her eyes in order for her to be able to see. And it was all because these little parasites live around goats and animals and kind of go in their eyes and shit like that, and went into the humans' eyes. So yeah, that's all I thought about when they were out on the farm. I really do love fresh air and natural vibes. I do, Kaylon, I get that, but this all I kept thinking about was bugs in the eyes. Okay, we're moving on. Marie has a therapy session with her family, saying Cedric. The thing that's annoying me is I feel like we all know you and Cedric aren't together. Like, why are we pretending this episode as if Cedric not being around is hurtful? Cedric has never really been around. Y'all have two separate homes. You didn't even want him to be there when he showed up last time when you were talking to Jerez. So I I think it's something that we're doing for the show. I don't think you really care about whether Cedric is there or not, okay? But Jerez and 2 of his baby mothers are in attendance, okay? And basically they have the therapist there just so they can mediate the conversation and make sure that everybody stays on track and it doesn't get disrespectful, okay? So the girls basically just want Jerez to be there for their kids. Be a good father. Please do not leave my child to be a fatherless child because you don't want to take care of your responsibilities when you done fucked on all 3 of them girls during the same summer and everybody came up pregnant. Sir, please take care of those kids. And it's bothersome to me that you get to go to school and not have full responsibility for them. But the girls, okay, they got to be there every day with their kids. And they can't use going to school as an excuse for why they aren't being mothers to their children. So I really feel like we have got to start changing the narrative in how we think about parenting in this society. Because the lack of responsibility that I see as far as parenting on the male counterparts part, like it just seems very unfair to me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's always been that way, and we need to change that because I'm tired of seeing that shit. I see it almost on every different show that we watch. There's some man on the damn show that feels like his life is so hard when he has less work to do, and then is not even expected to do as much, and then still blames the woman when things don't go, you know, the way everybody wanted them to go. It's like, what? Like, I'm so tired of seeing that all over the damn place every day. Marie says she would like for the girls to call Jerez instead of calling her to ask her for things. Like, they shouldn't even know where the money comes from. It should be Jerez's responsibility to figure out how he's going to take care of his kids. So stop bypassing him and calling me. Call him, okay? Especially because she has the lupus. Then she has, I think she said, fibromyalgia. So she is very sickly. She takes 12 pills a day. And at night, she has medication to take that makes her, you know, tired and loopy. But she can't take that medication if she's being responsible for Jerez's children. One of the BMs, okay, said that she was the only one that seemed to have her baby. The other girl that was there, she wasn't holding no baby. But she wants them to be cool so that they can, you know, bring the kids together and make sure that the kids are being around each other. They're siblings. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that they're able to do that. And like Marie said, that's some grown woman shit to do. But I also feel like y'all need to help each other because when y'all can't depend on him, y'all can depend on each other. I hope they're not in a space of being jealous of one another and vying for his affections, because I would be so aggravated and annoyed with this nigga. There would be no conversation whatsoever about being together. Okay, like I would not be able to like lay down with him after you got all us pregnant at the same time. And yes, these young girls have responsibility. Y'all shouldn't have laid down with him and had unprotected sex with him, because now look at y'all. Y'all all look like y'all would have rather not got pregnant by Jerez, okay? So everybody needs to be responsible for their own private parts, okay? For sure. But damn, like they didn't go and get pregnant by 2 other dudes too. At least it don't seem that way. It seemed like everybody got one baby for Jerez, okay? Like, Lord, he fertile as a motherfucker. But I hope that he does right by those kids, and I hope those girls are able to come together and aid in the raising of those children, because those children don't deserve to grow up in bullshit just because, you know, y'all got hot, basically. Why blow up my spot? Because we both got hot. Now check it. I got more Mac than Craig and in the bed. Believe me, sweetie, I got enough to be the needy. No need to be greedy. I got mad friends that's pretty. See notes by the listen, let me go. So later on, Marie and Essie talk about Cedric ass not answering her phone calls. And she actually calls him on camera and he doesn't answer the phone. And Essie is like, it's time to move on. It's time to get over him. I'm like, why do y'all have the same hairstyle? Never mind. Let it go. Like I said, I don't know why we all sitting up here acting like they not together. Like, y'all know ain't nobody worrying about Cedric ass. Nobody cares if Cedric didn't answer the phone. Stop playing. Like, anything that she needs, she gonna call Essie. If she really wasn't feeling good, she gonna call Essie. If she needed something from the store, she was gonna call Essie. She wasn't gonna call Cedric anyway. So to me, the fact that we doing this is for the show, to me. So Antoinette goes on a date with a guy she met in Ghana. Right after her divorce from that white man, she went to Africa to find herself, I guess. Child, there are some things that just, you know, she's a trip to me. You know, some things I'm just clocking about Antoinette. But either way, They're both divorcees, and they go on a little date and they talk, and he lives in Seattle, so it's, you know, it's not like a serious relationship, but they want to see more of one another. But she's not putting her eggs in his basket because they don't really live they don't live in close proximity with one another. However, she did get a good unit installed, meaning that her lace was not noticeable. It was not slipping. The problem was the quality of the hair. Did you curl it? Because it looked like you ain't do nothing to the hair. I just kind of want Antoinette to stop with the weaves and the wigs and wear her natural hair. Get some braids, get some locks. Like, I don't know, get something else. But I hate when I see a pretty girl, especially when we're tiny, and all you see is wig. And it's so obvious that it's a wig. And, you know, I'm just not a fan of that. I like to look at it and be like, oh, that's a nice wig. Like, I like to have that feeling. I feel like that whenever I see Latrice normally. Like, every time I see Latrice, like, oh, girl, that's a nice wig. Like, a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so y'all, Letitia puts on her best Shirley Caesar wig to go down to city council with Tambra and see if she's ruined her, you know, opportunity with Ferris Street because of this situation at the brunch, right? Because y'all remember the city council member was there and he left. He meets with her and he says that he gave her his word. Plus, I think he won't fuck Tambra. So he's still going to run interference with the people that she needs to talk to. But they've been making things difficult for her because it's like, oh, you know, we don't know what type of establishment she's trying to open or what type of person she is. We hearing bad things about these brunches. And I'm just kind of like, it's a dilapidated building on the street amongst a whole bunch of other dilapidated buildings. Y'all should be happy that anybody's showing interest in revitalizing this fucking area. And to be honest, y'all giving her a hard time for any reason that doesn't have something to do with actual business and, you know, illegalities or something like that is annoying to me. To me, it feels like y'all want to keep that area that is, you know, probably largely populated by Black people as some type of desert, as some type of dead sundown town or some shit like that. Y'all know. You just see ruffles of weave in the streets. Ain't nobody really out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's bothersome to me because it's always in Black neighborhoods that y'all want to leave shit dead until somebody white comes along to revitalize it. Then it's all good. But when a Black lady trying to do it, y'all want to be bitched out about shit that's going on at brunches. Like, so what? People were still at the brunch, right? So that means regardless, somebody's going to pay to come and see whatever, you know, Letitia got going on. I just kind of feel like this is annoying to me. This whole situation, but I'm glad she put on her, you know, her best church lady wig to go down there and make sure that this is still, you know, in the future for her. So y'all, Tambra goes on another date with Damon, okay? Still wearing ashy lipstick. Y'all really want her to retire the ashy lipstick. And I also want her to stop talking like this because this is not really how she talks. But she always says it in the confessionals. And I'm just like, oh my God, Tambra, please give it a rest. You know, oh my God. Okay. So she talks to him about the girls and how she wants to have a sistervention, you know, because the girls are doing too much and they're ruining Letitia's, you know, opportunity with Ferris Street. So let's bring them all together and try to get this situation rectified. Then he asks her about what's going on with her, and she tells him about the surgeries and everything. And he says he'll be there for her. They definitely seem as if they are falling back in love with one another. But the romance has to be there because it wasn't there before, because it was all about the career. Okay, so y'all, the Sistervention is at Tamra's house. Oh my God, in a comfortable environment. Okay. And there's no Marie because Marie is the common denominator amongst the bullshit. All right. So this is basically an intervention for Letitia, for her to realize, Letitia, child, for her to realize that Marie is somebody that you do not need to invite to every brunch if you don't want people thinking that your brunch is a place for the turn up, for people to come and get into it. Okay. Because she has gotten into it with somebody at all of the events. However, I feel like the last event was equally Marie and Kaylin, which by proxy, Antoinette. Okay? Latrice's wig during this scene is amazing, and I wanted it. I just like it. Ooh, it was nice and long. So I'm gonna put on my wig that I got, my wet and wavy wig, y'all. It's cute. I be wearing it sometimes. Anyway, so Antoinette says that she's tired of talking about, hair and the brunches. They talk about it every time they meet up. I'm like, this is what you do on a reality show, bitch. Calm down. You about to break the fourth wall. Letitia comes in like she's in witness protection, okay? Another, bag wig from the hair store with sunglasses on and shit. And she like, oh my God, did I walk into the lion's den? Because that's what it seemed like. So they talked to her about Marie not being a good look for her. And she gets defensive the way she always does. And this is the part I agree with them about. Like, if you're going to let her continue to ruin your opportunities by taking over your events and telling people when to raise up and never having a conversation with her about how she's overstepping her boundaries, if that's what you want, then you not getting Ferry Street is your own fault. At the end of the day, Letitia, because like this is not somebody else's responsibility, like to make sure that your shit pops for you. And Marie gets in the way of that. So I don't understand why she continues to invite her to every single event. I know that's your friend, but she don't need to come to every event. I do, however, like the way Letitia says Latrice and Marie would have the same energy for each other no matter where they were. Okay. And she would like for Latrice to, take ownership in her part of it. And I feel like Latrice tried. She did. At the beginning, she tried several times. And Marie is just a bitch and then doesn't want to, make it better. And that's not Latrice's fault. But Latrice being antagonistic and going around calling her man and all of that shit. Like, if you don't like the lady, then you should have no words for the lady. All this extra shit you doing doesn't make it any better. And it can be pointed out that you're also playing a part in the bullshit when you do things like that. So I felt like, Letitia was on, but I would really like for her to stop being so defensive when they bring up Marie, because Marie really was the common denominator in doing the most at both events. At both. Antoinette says at this point, they need to just stay out of it. And Tamra is like, no, I'm always going to try and get women to come together because it's what I do. And I talk about it every day. And like going off, you guys. And she stood up. And when she stood up, then Antoinette stood up. Well, what I'm saying is this ain't got nothing to do with me. Okay. Like it was getting real hood in there. Everybody was getting real, upset and real aggressive with the way they were talking and moving their hands, and Tamra is getting all in Antoinette's face. But let me tell you like the moments for me. So Tamra gets up because she feels like Antoinette is trying to overtalk her. Antoinette's energy is fucked up to me a little bit. Like the fact that you don't want them to try to resolve the issue, even though I understand in real life, I'm not about to force these bitches to get along. But once again, this is a reality show, Antoinette. So that's what we're here to do. And if you don't want to do that, then don't show up to tape, okay? But Antoinette got her own shit going on right now, and she's allowing that to put her in a space of, I got my own shit going on. I don't feel like dealing with this, or she don't have the patience that she would normally have, I'm sure. And I get all of that, but that's not everybody else's fault. And the way you raised up, like, it's Tamra's house. If Tamra wants to stand up and be the leader of the conversation in her house, that's her prerogative. It's her house. So when Antoinette stood up and got with her, I was like, it's her house though, ma'am. Like, you're doing too much. When Tamra yelled out to Antoinette, are you black? Are you a black woman? Are you black though? I'm going to tell you what that's about and why Tamra was on one, because Tamra was on one as well. And I felt like she was waiting for an opportunity to go at Antoinette, because she also feels like Antoinette is responsible for bringing Kayline around. Okay. And the last time they were at Antoinette's house, everybody's sitting around talking shit about the brunches and, Marie and all of that. So if you're going to sit there and talk shit about this lady's event, you know what I'm saying? Separate it a little bit, because I feel like it's not Letitia is not the one that got into it with somebody. So to make it about her brunches when really it's about Marie being at the brunches, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what we're talking about now. But in the room with Kayline, it was more so about, well, I didn't like the brunches because Marie was there. And so, I don't know if I'm going to support the brunches because Marie was there. You know what I'm saying? Like I understood how Tamra took it, because Tamra is like, there have been so many other brunches where it has not been like that. Okay. But like I said, once again, we're on a reality show. We have to have drama. It is what it is. And we all know that Marie has been trying to get on reality TV for a long time. So she has been acting up just because she's on camera. Know this. All right. But Tamra, to me, I think Tambra feels like this. She didn't exactly say it, but when she brought up, Antoinette, are you a black woman? It's because Antoinette is so ready to go run and beg to be friends with Kayline. You're okay with excusing Kayline's, racist behavior, because it is. You're okay with excusing that. You're okay with constantly having the same conversation with this white lady as if, she ain't been your friend since y'all were in college. There's an understanding that she should have if she have compassion for you as a black person. And these are conversations y'all have already had. And I feel like y'all have had these conversations because you said to her, we've talked about this in the past. So for me, I just kind of feel like Tambra clocked it as you have all the patience in the world for the white lady. But when it comes to me trying to bring these black women together, you want to just be like, oh, fuck it. We need to stay out of it. We don't need to try to make them be cool. It's like, why is it that you have all this patience for the white lady, but you don't have it for the black women? I think that's what Tambra was coming from. And clocking the fact that Antoinette ran behind Kayline. You know what I'm saying? And clocking the fact that you keep bringing her to events and she's the one that has all this vitriol and talking out her, out the side of her neck about black women and people that you don't really know. Like, I think Tambra is clocking all of that and just is not the type of person to like say it in the moment, but she was clocking it and paying attention to it. Okay. Which is why Letitia knew that they were talking shit about her at Antoinette's house, about her brunches at Antoinette's house. And she was like, oh, we didn't really talk about it. Yes, y'all did. Y'all literally sat in the living room and talked about it for long enough to tape a scene. So yeah, you did. Eventually, Antoinette gathers herself and apologizes and says that she's not trying to knock what Tambra is doing, but she's no longer going to be involved in trying to bring them together. And I respect that. And I honestly agreed with her saying that I'm out of it at this point. We tried, I'm out of it, because now it seemed like Letitia just doesn't want to understand. So I'm not about to keep going back and forth about it. I totally understood where she was coming from. I just didn't like the way she was trying to shut Tambra down in Tambra's house, because, at the end of the day, like I said, you have all the patience in the world for the white girl. You know what I'm saying? So I think Tambra clocked that and was on go. Okay. They both kind of settled down, and I'm glad Antoinette apologized, because ultimately you had a lot of aggravation towards Tambra, and I kind of felt like it was unnecessary, and it's Tambra's house. So getting up and all of that, trying to match her energy in her own house, I don't know how, I didn't like that. So I'm glad she apologized, and I'm glad they were able to let it go. But I will clock the way Tambra's voice changed. It changed, y'all. I heard it change. I did. Later on, it seems as if Latrice and Antoinette have a conversation just amongst themselves about how she's so scared her business is going to fail and how embarrassing it would be. And this is what I would want to say to her. I understand, but if you know what the outcome can be, you can always come back. You can always come back, learn from your mistakes, and try again. Nobody becomes like a millionaire because they didn't, or a billionaire. People who have like a lot of businesses, some of those businesses may fail, or some of those businesses may not do well at first. Like it's a process, and you learn from your mistakes, but you don't stop. So I feel like her fear is so like palpable and understandable and real and affecting her in a real way. And I respect all of that. And I'm glad that Latrice was there to tell her that she can do it and she get it, because she's a businesswoman. She has her own businesses, but Antoinette is strong and intelligent and she'll figure it out. I love that moment because she needed to hear that. And I think so often we have fears that we aren't able to really express with people. And when we can, and they give us exactly what we needed in the moment, like, I was just appreciative of that moment. You know what I'm saying? And of Antoinette being able to see that in that moment, she didn't have to be on the level that she was, at with it. And it was really coming from a personal place. So it was a cute enough scene, y'all. I enjoyed the episode. What did y'all think of the episode? I know a lot of y'all aren't really feeling Belle Collective, but, a few of y'all are watching. So I'm going to keep reviewing it. I actually enjoyed this episode. It didn't bother me as much as I thought it would. I ain't gonna lie. I thought it was going to work on my nerves, bitch. I thought it was going to work on my nerves, girl. Especially when, you open up the scene and we see Kayline around a whole bunch of, wilderness grass and shit and trees. I'm like, no, I don't like to see racist white women amongst trees and shit. Like, slavery. Anyway, you guys, triggering. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I love you guys so much. I appreciate y'all. On the road to 100K. Tell your people about me. All right? I'll see y'all in the next one.